Presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.
Sioux Falls West has it another time. Bergeson, now it's in onside. Shot, they score! Beckett Haldy wins it in double overtime.
And a hat-trick goal.
It's time for the State Varsity Hockey Tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, presented by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. The State Hockey Tournament is brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, the Aberdeen Chamber, Wagner Auto, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Weatherall, and the Field House.
Out to the blue line. Carter Vilhauer gets free. That shot, they score! We're tied at 4! Vilhauer ties it up with 7:45 to go.
And by Bauman Lumber, DJ's Cenix, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First United Methodist Church, and River Bottom Sanitation.
So here now a chance for Sioux Falls West back in the offensive zone. That shot, here's Campbell, they score! Jeff Campbell makes it 3-2!
And by Hermanson Endodontics, Envirotech, Lake Area Tech, Leisure Palace, May Adam, Pelican Power Sports, and First Dakota National Bank.
The Rushmore Thunder, 22-0 in the regular season. They survived last night, down 1-0 through 2 periods. They won it 4-1, and they celebrate an undefeated season and a 7-0 dominant performance and win the state championship over the Sioux Falls West Flyers.
And now to the booth for the call with John Winkler and Jim Lloyd.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you here to day number 4 and our final, day number 3, but day number 6 overall is our final 3 games, as it is going to be the Sioux Falls East Flyers, the number 2 seed, against the number 4 seed Sioux Falls West Flyers. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd for our final. Kind of feels a little bit like 4 days of all this. We've been here for 4 days now. We got here Wednesday night getting set for everything. But it's our final day of all the state tournaments, the 2 straight weekends of doing those state tournaments of the girls and the boys. And we've got our final day. It is the championship day. We start with the consolation championship between Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West. And Jim, this should be a good matchup between these 2 Sioux Falls teams.
Well, it should be. You know, going into the tournament, neither one of these Sioux Falls teams wanted to get to that side of the bracket. But you have to believe that when these 2 teams meet, it is a rivalry. Most of these kids, they know each other. Well, all the kids know each other. They live in the same town, of course, and they've been split on 2 different teams. But it is a rivalry game, and neither one of these teams want to give an inch. It doesn't matter if it's a 5th-place game. They don't want to give an inch to the other team.
Sioux Falls East, the team that's on the lower part of the bracket right there, they're the number 2 seed. They were upset by Aberdeen 4-2 yesterday, came back and got a win against the Hawaii Capitals, and they came back to win 5-2 yesterday against the Hawaii Capitals. Sioux Falls West, they were upset. It's the number 4 seed. Yes, it was 5-4, but it was an upset win for Brookings in overtime, 3-2 over Sioux Falls West. They turned back around and won 7-2 against Watertown. And now these 2 teams are meeting here in the Constellation Championship, where Sioux Falls East won both games 9-3 and 6-3 against Sioux Falls West here in the Shields Iceplex. And Jim, I can predict it now. It is going to be a Sioux Falls team winning the Constellation Championship.
So you're just going to leave that there?
I can just leave it there.
We could just leave it.
You already know. I'm predicting it. Sioux Falls is going to win today.
Yes.
But which Sioux Falls team is it that's going to win? And the great thing about this tournament and what we've seen, especially from this very tournament, is that records go out the window. We say it every state tournament, but especially this one, with the 7 seed being the 2 seed, the 5 over the 4. The 3 seed was down 3-0 in the first period. The second period of their game, the number 8 team had a 2-1 lead on the number 1 team. The Rushmore Thunder have been undefeated. They were that close. Brookings was that close to sending them to overtime. That just because Sioux Falls East beat Sioux Falls West both games this year does not mean that is guaranteed to happen in this game when it matters for the consolation title.
Yeah, this is a real easy rivalry, right? It's the kids in the same town. It's real easy to make it a rivalry game. and maybe a little bit of bragging rights, and of course you can bet that Sioux Falls West certainly wants to get at least one win against the rivalry across town.
Well, and we do have our scoreboard, it will say, and we'll have the right color to the right team. Sioux Falls East will be wearing the white jersey, so that will be part of your scoreboard that you're going to see, is that they're going to be the team that's got the white background to it, and the Sioux Falls West will be wearing their blue jersey, so that will be the team with the blue background, because we do want to make sure that you, even if you can't hear us talking the whole time, that you do know when you look at the score, you don't have to wait for us to say who's got the lead. We'll say it as we were still on the radio too, but for those that are watching, make it easier to know which team is which. Yep. by the color coordination of it all, because otherwise usually it's pretty easy to tell who's who, but yep. With East versus West, we got to make sure we give some distinguish possibility of who they are. But again, this should be a good one to start our day. Brookings and Aberdeen, make them the 5 versus 7 matchup, which 5 versus 7 easily could have been a 5th place game. 2 versus 4 could easily be the championship or the 3rd place game, but it is not quite the same like you might predict it could be, but this is still going to be a really fun matchup to get the consolation title game. Real quick, Hayden Hansen's got 4 goals and 2 assists. He was our player of the game yesterday with a hat trick. He leads the team in this state tournament with those 6 goals. Jackson Brewer had a hat trick yesterday. He's got 5 points, 3 goals and 2 assists, and so he leads the team. Jackson Henry has a goal and 3 assists. Jackson Dunn with 3 goals as well. A lot of good play for both these teams to get to this consolation title.
Yeah, both of these teams are pretty deep. The Sioux Falls teams, they'll play 3 lines real easy, and of course they'll get into that 4th line also. So these 2 teams are pretty evenly matched as we go on, and we saw both of these teams, of course, in this tournament, and was able to call these teams. These are 2 good hockey teams. They always have been. There's a tradition here in Sioux Falls of good hockey teams. And this is going to be a really good game.
We will take our break, come back with our starting lineups. National Anthem, puck drop. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
The puck drops, the crowd roars. South Dakota hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford is proud to support this year's state varsity hockey tournaments and celebrate the dedication, teamwork, and passion of every player on the ice. To all the seniors, congratulations on an incredible season. Whether you're heading off to college or staying close to home, we're here for all of your automotive needs. Stop by Capital City Ford in Pierre. We'll get you on the road to your next adventure. Capital City Ford in Pierre, driven by community, powered by you.
Hockey fans, are you ready for power, speed, and precision on and off the ice? At Pelican Power Sports, we bring that same championship mentality to your ride. Whether it's snowmobiles, ATVs, motorcycles, jet skis, or UTVs, we service and repair them all to keep you in the action year-round. Pelican Power Sports, service and repair with a personal touch.
At Muth Electric, we don't just power projects, we empower people. We invest in training, mentorship, and career development opportunities at every level. Because strong careers build strong communities. Your future is bright with Muth Electric. Muth Electric now hiring.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for a puck drop between Sioux Falls West and Sioux Falls East, as both teams will make their way out here shortly. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd, as we will take you down to Randy Preston here in just a moment for the introduction of our starting lineups. Should be a good one. East versus West. East will be wearing the white jerseys. Sioux Falls West will make their way out of the ice here first, and it will be them wearing their blue jerseys. And both teams will come out from the same spot, Jim.
Yep, out of the same door.
As they come out to Sioux Falls West. And then again, Sioux Falls East will follow here in just a moment to get us ready for our first game of this state tournament here on Championship Saturday. Guess I had to wait a little bit longer, make sure West got on the ice first, and then they can get the rest of the East guys come for their locker room to come out and get us ready to go. We're going to be pretty much right on time. We still got introduction starting lineups in the national
East is on their way.
As Sioux Falls East, Austin Cargan will get the start. And on the Sioux Falls West side, it will be, they're going to have the starting lineups make their way out from the location. Because looking at the bench, I'm like, boy, there's not a lot of guys on the bench for Sioux Falls West.
So we'll just stay right here.
Yeah, but they're going to bring all those guys out. Even the lights go out for this one. We'll send it down to Randy Preston.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Shields Iceplex Furniture Mart feature ring for today's SDAHA Varsity State Tournament consolation final game, featuring the 4th seed and visitors on the scoreboard, the Sioux Falls Flyers West, and the second seed and home team on the scoreboard, the Sioux Falls Flyers East. By the request of the teams, let's meet today's seniors. First for Sioux Falls West, number 10, Jackson Brewer. Number 17, Carson Edwards. Number 19, Jackson Henry. Number 22, Jackson Gehring. Number 26, Beckett Halty. Number 46, Spencer Sharon. Number 74, Jack Campbell. Number 81, Braden Hitt. And number 94, Lewis Cherkey. The Flyers West are led by head coach Aaron DeBates and coached by Tristan Scandon, Will McDonald, and Corey Lindersmith. Ladies and gentlemen, Sioux Falls Flyers West. And now the seniors for the home team, Sioux Falls Flyers East. Number 61, Tommy Burdahl. Number 16, Ben Vermeer. Number 24, Thatcher May. Number 41, Jaden Hanthorn. Number 5, Beckett Rothrock. And number 9, Blaine Heitman. The Flyers each are led by head coach Bauer Anderson, assisted by Trey Ponto. Your game officials for today's game, as assigned by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association, are as follows. Referees, from Brookings, South Dakota, Justin Ballas, and from Mitchell, South Dakota, Matt Strand. Linesmen are Brian Rice from Brandon, South Dakota, and Trevor Preston from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And now fans, please stand if you are able and remove your hats to honor America and those who have served to protect our freedoms at home and abroad. Please direct your attention to the flag in the east end zone of the arena for our national anthem. performed today by Claire Strong.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, who's ready for some hockey this morning? Fans, let's make some noise for these two teams from Sioux Falls, and let's play hockey!
And I say welcome aboard for this 5th place game between the Sioux Falls Flyers and the Sioux Falls Flyers. Sioux Falls Flyers East is what you're seeing right now. They are in the white uniforms, and the goalie will be on our left-hand side. This is the Flyers West, wearing their darks. As we are getting ready for a 1 o'clock puck drop here at the Sioux Falls Iceplex. Been a great tournament, and we are underway as that opening face-off goes back and pushed down in to the West offense of zone as East regroups back out. And that one is touched on as the West Flyers work back up out of the defensive zone.
Jim, you're going to have to help me out just a little bit more here because I am out of breath right now.
Well, you and I both ran up the steps.
So we're both a little out of breath to start things out. We had a camera malfunction right before we got started. There's a shot by West, and it'll come here to the near side.
I had the same problem, Jan. I ran up the other steps.
Shows you how out of shape we all are. We'll get that scoreboard up here in just a moment when we get our first whistle. As it is here on the near side for Sioux Falls East. This will be chopped at by Jackson Henry of West. Coming up on the near end, Beckett Rothrock here is in the offensive zone. And then lost the puck out of the zone. Thatcher May for Jackson Raisler. Hill and East will get it deep into the offensive end. Here behind the net, it'll come around here to the near side where it's going to be moved along by West. And Brewer will move it in the offensive zone. Beckett Haldy. That one is right in front and is knocked away. There's a little bit of fog in here, too, that's sitting around.
From smoke machine from introductions.
Here on the near side, it'll be moved Jackson Raisler as it'll come back up ahead. Back out to the blue line for West for a shot. That one will miss, coming from Jack Zinter. And it's moved around to the far end of the ice. East moving in, out of the zone and in the offensive end. Thatcher May will get it deep, and Lewis Yerke will play that one to the boards. I think we need a whistle. 14:40 left to go. You're listening to KCCR FM Plante, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Beckett Rothrock gets it into the corner. It'll be sent around by Zinter. Spencer Sharon will pick it up.
Ice the puck.
Somebody's got to ice the puck here, or at least get some kind of whistle. Brewer will try and move it along. But that is going to be broken up. Can't get out of the zone. And it will eventually be picked back up by Brewer. And he moves into the offensive end. His shot and a save by Cargan. He'll come here to the near side. Now we don't need a whistle. I think I'm okay now. Beckett Rothrock will get up ahead for Hayden Hansen off of his stick. And he'll come back for West to control. Jackson Henry, that's tipped in by Carson Edwards. As it'll make its way for Broderick Rothrock. Now here on the near side, that is tipped up. That bouncing puck, it was first played by East. So play will continue, and Jack Campbell will get to it here with 13:45 left to go in the first period. This is a potential 2-on-1, moving into the offensive end. Tried to toe drag move, and a good stick there. Nope, we're going to get a penalty. A little bit of a late call, but it is a penalty, and Sioux Falls East will go to the box, and West will have a power play. It's Beckett Rothrock that will go.
Stick around, folks. We'll catch our rhythm here. John and I, we had to fix some cameras. He ran up one steps, and I ran up the other one. And we'll catch our rhythm here in a second. We'll be with you.
So it is
the rest of the broadcast.
A face-off upcoming. There we go. 13:36 to go. It is a power play for the West Flyers. Their first one of the day with Beckett Rothrock in the box. No score on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. This is going to be turned over. Ryan Fenton trying to move in for Sioux Falls East. Instead, West will pick it back up. Carson Edwards will hang back behind his own nets. And it will be here for Jackson Henry. I don't think, I didn't sprint, but I definitely used a lot of energy trying to go all the way around. Took me a long time to do it, but I didn't sprint for it. Here's the pass that is tipped out of the zone. It'll make its way back out to the Sioux Falls West side of the ice. It is Jackson Brewer that will push it on the backhand, trying to get around the linesman, along with also Jackson Raisler. And then Brewer will take a penalty, and we go to 4-on-4. And it is Jackson Brewer that will go. And so both teams now with a penalty. 12:46 to go here in this first period. It was a trip against Beckett Rothrock, and now a cross-checking penalty to Broderick Rothrock. I'm sure he's not Broderick Rothrock. It's going to be Jackson Brewer. Broderick has not done anything wrong in this game. Face-off will be...
It just takes a while, folks.
To the left. It is amazing how quickly start losing the concentration when you're out of shape. It is 4-on-4 for a minute here in this, still in this first period. Now it's going to be a breakaway moving in. That shot that will go wide of Austin Cargan. We haven't even got to our starting goalies to tell you about Lewis Yerke going to get his third start of this state tournament. Austin Cargan, who got the win yesterday, gets the start here in this game against West. Here is now Thatcher May that will carry it back into the offensive end. Then he lost the puck. It's moved back around. Brent Cook is out with an injury. He is not playing today in the final, and this will be offside. It's going to be offside on West, but I think East had the puck. It's hard for the referees, too, even though they got different jerseys on. Face-off will be just outside the blue line of East. West will gather control of it, and it is picked up here by Jackson Goring. Jackson Henry at his own blue line. 18 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Henry carries it all the way in, and he is pushed off the puck. It'll come here to the near side. It is moved back out, and it'll be grabbed here by number 26 and Beckett Haldy. Haldy with 3 assists in this state tournament. As this will be played around here back behind the net. Broderick Rothrock as Beckett comes out of the penalty box and is now 5-on-4 for Sioux Falls East. Their first power play. That one is tipped wide. Here on the near side. It is out of the zone, and it will be picked up here by Ryan Fenton. Fenton Back over, and it's Broderick Rothrock that will carry it in the offensive zone for East. East wearing the white jerseys, the home team on the scoreboard. West in the navy blue jerseys. Here's Broderick, make that Beckett. Back over, Fenton, one-timer. That one hit the post. Right off the crossbar. Stayed in play, though. 10 seconds on the power play. Beckett Rothrock walks the line. Still moving around with it. Beckett from behind the net. Back to 5-on-5. Broderick with a shot. That got all the way through. That save made by Yerke. Rebound is still loose and still controlled by East. Eventually it will be picked up by Goring behind the net. And he'll slam it back off the boards here for Jackson Henry. That will go up ahead, tipped in by Carson Edwards. This will be moved around and out of the zone and misses two different West players. And we'll get to the blue line. This is near turned over to Thatcher May. But it will be passed back from number 42, Charles Nelson. And Nelson will get the puck back and dump it into the offensive end. Still no score between East and West here in the first game of the day. That smoke machine, that's still hanging around in here. This will be sent back over, and this will be iced by East as the pass missed from Ben Vermeer. And we get a whistle with 9:52 left to go here in this first period. And of course, still trying to gather everything back up. We're going to start the clock. 9:52 remaining. And a face-off that will be won here by East, but West will take control of it as East will regather possession. Vermeer off the boards. And it's moved along up ahead. That one coming from Jaden Hanthorn. And now the puck is loose. It's grabbed by Hauser, but he couldn't find the handle enough to get a shot away. Tipped up the boards, and it'll come back off the glass. And then cleared away by Spencer Sharon. It will go all the way down. And we will get a whistle with 9:21 left to go here in this first period. So this will be your starting goalies. Let's go to Austin Cargan first. 9 wins, 1.76 goals against average, 907 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. And on the flip side, it is Lewis Yerke. That's got 13 wins, 2.38 goals against average, 899 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. This will make its way up ahead here in a quick pass across, and that one will just miss. It'll be moved back around here for the East Flyers. 9:05 left to go in our opening period. It is moved along here by Jackson Henry. And it's up ahead and in the offensive zone. That one will be pushed off the stick of Henry. Great defensive play there by Beckett Rothrock. And the pass will come up. And it will come out of the zone. It will not come out of the zone. There's a shot from the blue line that is broken up. That coming from Egan Geelan. Geelan's got an assist so far, but he's been very, very good defensively. This will be played by high stick and then touched up by West. So we get a whistle with 8:34 left to go here in our opening period between East and West in the 5th place Constellation Championship game. We can go back here in just a second potentially and check out that shot that went off the crossbar. Here's Ryan Fenton. That is over. There's a shot and a save by Yerke. That's only the 3rd shot on goal of the entire game, 2 for East and 1 for West. And we've played nearly 9 minutes in this first period. Here's a shot by Broderick Rothrock. He scores! Broderick Rothrock makes it 1-0. And we'll check out the replay from this first angle here with a snap pass from Beckett. And Broderick right over the shoulder of Lewis Yerke. You can maybe see his shot coming in, and Yerke, that was right off the bar and in. This face-off will be won by the West Flyers in the offensive zone all the way down. Broderick Rothrock had 6 goals during the regular season. He had 2 assists so far in this state tournament. It is 3rd point overall. It is Carson Edwards. Now we'll move it along here, back behind the net. He picked back up. And it's now going to be for Kate Schramm. Around it goes behind the nets for Beckett Rothrock. Trying to go up ahead, but Edwards intercepts it. He is being canceled out by his stick, and it'll come out and free here for number 3 and Hayden Hansen. On the left side for Fenton. That is broken up. And off the side of the net with 7:30 left to go here in this first period. This is now picked back up. Paxton Meyer will get it back deep into the zone. And it will be picked up here from Sioux Falls West and Jack Zinter. And he'll leave it for Jackson Dunn, who played off the glass, but Meyer is able to keep it in the offensive zone. And then it's turned over, and it's Dunn that will move it back the other way. Dunn in the offensive zone, trying to toe drag move, and that was disrupted and knocked away by Jane Hanthorn. This will come back in. Paxton Meyer comes back around. East has a 1-0 lead on the South Dakota hockey scoreboard. Cole Hauser, he couldn't hang on to the puck. That pass is broken up as it came from Tanner Sharon, who had an assist in last night's game. And the 7-2 win for West over Watertown. That one will go through 3 different, a triangle of Sioux Falls West players, and went right in between all 3 of them. Opening period, 6:20 left to go in the first. It will go all the way down, and it will be picked up. Broderick Rothrock. It is now for Beckett Rothrock, but then it's turned over to Charles Nelson, and Connor Lindersmith over there as well. And here is now out of the zone. Nelson will send it back in. It'll come back here for Beckett Rothrock. He'll hang on with it with 5:55 to go here in the first period. Still waiting for it. And now we're going to get a whistle.
And delay a game?
It won't be a delay game, but it'll just be with the puck not moving. They'll just blow the play dead. And Beckett Rothrock's not happy about it.
He's looking around like, what is that call? He's never had that called on him before.
I was going to say, and Coach Bauer Anderson's going to get an explanation from the referees on why they blew the play dead. As it is a face-off that is going to be won by Sioux Falls West. That shot goes off the top of the glove of Cargan. It is played back around here to the near side. Try to move it back up the ice. Bouncing puck. It is now moved around. That one coming from Ty Solonen for the East Flyers. That one misses for Solonen. Brewer with a quick shot and a save made by Cargan. Comes back around, makes another quick save. Hit the right pad the first time, the left pad the second time. Made 2 good saves there for Cargan. That was just the second and third shots of that first period for the West Flyers. Only 7 shots on goal between these 2 teams. But a goal scored by Broderick Rothrock. And the East Flyers have their first lead. They're using the referee as a screen. Was Broderick Rothrock. He'll leave it for Beckett, who this time won't stand behind his net. He'll move it straight up into the neutral zone. And Beckett Rothrock moves in, but then it's turned over, and Carson Edwards back the other way. Edwards lost the puck. And now it's moved up back ahead to Beckett Rothrock. Backhand pass for Hansen. Defended with a shot and a save made. Good play there from East. But Yerke made the save. Might have even been shot wide. This pass, that'll be broken up, and then another shot that is off of a pad in front, of a shin pad in front, and goes wide of the net. This will come around, and it's Owen Sescher that had it for a moment. But now it's grabbed by Hansen. Hansen trying to backhand flip it in, and it's offside against Sioux Falls East as Sescher moved in just a bit too early. Face-off will be just outside the west blue line with 4:03 left to go here in this opening period. And a 1-0 lead for the East Flyers over Sioux Falls West. This is going to be won here by East, and it'll be moved into the offensive zone as it'll come around back behind the net where West will control it, but then lost the puck, where it's now picked up by Anders Halty. Pass will go out all the way down, and we'll get a whistle with 3:44 left to go here in this first period. A 1-0 game. Broderick Rothrock gets the scoring started as he was assisted by Beckett, Rothrock, and Hayden Hansen. 3:44 left to go here in this first period. Fifth place game. Third place game comes up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It is Aberdeen and Brookings. And then the championship at 7 o'clock between Rushmore and Yankton. And the Thunder will be looking for their second straight state championship. And Yankton in their first ever trip, first ever time that they've won a first round game. Second ever trip to the state tournament. The first time they got to the state semifinal, they're now in the state championship as there's a shot that's caught by the glove of Austin Cargan. And we'll get a face-off to his right with 3:21 left to go. 1-0 lead. Good first period so far, Jim. Quick
It is.
First period.
It's a very quick first period. This thing is going to be over. That 3:20 on the clock, but it sure has moved fast.
Here is a pass or a face-off win that goes for a shot. Rebound is there. Rebound, they score! We are tied at 1. Couple whacks at it, and Sioux Falls West will get the goal to make it a 1-1 game. And our net cam will show you that the West Flyers were not giving up on that puck. Couple whacks out in front, and then it came right to the crease. And the goal scored, I believe it's by Jackson Dunn right there in front. And it is a 1-1 tie with 3:10 left to go. Jackson Dunn from Carson Edwards and Jackson Goring. And so Dunn, who has scored 3 goals during this state tournament, he's now getting his 4th. And Carson Edwards, his second assist. And Goring will have his second assist as well. 1-1 with 2:50 left to go here in the first period. Dunn back in his own end for the West Flyers. Jack Campbell, now it's Dunn again. Pass will come here to the near side. It is Edwards. That is tips and then knocked down by a glove. It would be, there's no hand passes. West was the first one to touch it. It is Edwards that will carry it in the offensive zone. Edwards with a shot that goes wide. And it comes back out of the zone for Spencer Sherritt. Cross corner dump into the offensive end. They'll come around here for Beckett Rothrock. Pass now Thatcher May. May moves in. He'll leave the puck. It's now grabbed by Rigolizzo. Back to Beckett Rothrock with a shot. Make that Broderick. Now it goes back to Beckett. And then it's played off the boards and almost came out in front of the net, where Lewis Yerke calmly knocked away and then right in front of the net. Still in the offensive zone. Rigolizzo with a shot. That goes off of a body out. And it is puck out of play with 1:50 left to go. And again, that's rebounded. A great job by Jackson Dunn to go right to the front of the net. Just stuffed it right in with Cargan trying to make a couple of plays on it. Here's a shot, and that was caught in the glove of Lewis Yerke. 1:45 left to go. That one all the way through there, and Lewis Yerke makes his 4th save on 5th shot. West has now overtaken the shot lead with 7 in this first period. Face-off will be to the left of Lewis Yerke. There's a face-off that's won by East. Taking a shot was Fenton, and it's going to be offline. And now a chance to move in for Haldy. Haldy moves in. His shot off the pad, rebound, and that is a big glove save. It wasn't completely caught by Cargan, but what a save by Austin Cargan. 1:20 left to go in the first period. Broderick Rothrock will move it ahead to Ryan Fenton. Able to dive to make that save. Here's another shot off the pads of Lewis Yerke. Looked like East tried to do exactly what West was trying to do. That rebound was turned to the side by West, and they still have it below the goal line. And the Flyers for West, Sioux Falls West, out to the blue line, out of the zone. Knocked back in for a moment, and now it's a 2-on-1. Moving in with a shot off the goalpost, off the crossbar. Back-to-back chances there for Sioux Falls West to take a 2-1 lead. 45 left to go here in the first period. It is Fenton that gets it out of the zone. Spencer Sherritt, I believe that shot came from Goring. No, excuse me, came from Geelan. 35 left to go here in the first. It'll be moved up ahead. And a bouncing puck. It is going to be picked up by Haldy. Carries in on his off wing on the right side. Haldy gets pinned to the boards in that far corner. Back out to the point. Waiting for it. Now moving it down. Pass will go back out. Zinter had to make a quick catch. It'll be backhanded around. And it's going to be moved into the corner. Back out for Zinter. His shot all the way through and a save made. And let's check out a couple of these replays here. As this is the first one that Cargan was able to make a save off the glove. Sprawling out to his left. And just got it. Might have been going wide. And then this replay, might have to wait till the end of the period, but we'll see if we get this last one here. Hitting the crossbar and just missing, as that will take care of the end of the first period. 1-1 is our score. Goals scored in that period by Broderick Rothrock and Jackson Dunn. One for East and one for West. And we are tied at 1 between these two Sioux Falls teams. We'll step aside and come back with our first intermission report. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Quality fuel, quality service. That's the DJ Cenex promise. Derek and Maggie Dell are proud supporters of local hockey. Swing by for a quick refuel and experience the local friendly service and clean atmosphere that makes a difference. We're more than just a gas station. We're your hometown partner on the road. Get ready, because the best is getting even better. Our brand new state-of-the-art car wash upgrade is coming soon to give your vehicle the VIP treatment it deserves. DJ Cenex, fueled by community, driven by you.
As our Aberdeen teams take the ice at the state hockey tournament, we're cheering them on from home and inviting you to come see where that pride begins. Aberdeen is a community that rallies together, on the ice, in our schools, and across our local businesses. From great food and unique shopping to year-round events and family fun, there's always something happening here. So when the tournament wraps up, make plans to visit. Discover what makes Aberdeen worth the trip at aberdeensd.com.
Need cool as heck logoed caps, t-shirts, and snuggly sweatshirts fast? Get them at Cotton & Customs Embroidery and Screen Printing Studio in Volga. Their cool new, faster screen printing technique means no more plasticky, dried-out lettering to peel off after a few washings. No logo? Let Cotton & Customs design and digitize one for you, free. See their colorful embroidered logos really pop. Click cottonandcustoms.com. Let's brand your brand together.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
As we welcome you back, it is a 1-1 tie on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. As we'll get those replays, or we'll get you the full scoring breakdown of the stats here in just a moment. But it is 1-1 between East and West, and a quick moving but a really good pace first period, Jim, between these two Sioux Falls teams.
Well, and you talked about it in our pregame show, how evenly matched these teams are. Sioux Falls East, Sioux Falls West. They have about the same amount of depth, and if you look at our our lineup sheets, they are about exactly the same as far as numbers of kids on each team, and it shows as both benches are using everybody. We've seen everybody, I think, pretty much on our scorecards. It's an evenly matched game, as you see it right there. Got 1 goal apiece.
Roderick Rothrock got the first goal for Sioux Falls East, and Sioux Falls West with the goal from Jackson Dunn. Lewis Yerkes made 5 of 6 saves. Austin Cargan with 9 of 10 saves. And we'll fix the
Sioux Falls West.
It is Sioux Falls West, and we'll get that changed. There we go. It is Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West. That is 1-1. Let's get you the replays of those 2 goals. The first one here by Sioux Falls East from Broderick Rothrock. Again, both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. But that shot got all the way through from Broderick Rothrock. And the goal to make it a 1-0 game. And you can see here again on this replay, that shot that came all the way through and just over the top of the right shoulder of Lewis Yerke. Then on the other side, that goal scored to make it a 1-1 game. And we'll show you again here, as it was Jackson Dunn that ended up scoring this goal. And right out in front, he was able to put that in. And you'll be able to see it right here, and where Dunn was right in front of the crease and was able to make it a 1-1 tie. And then a couple chances. This first one, and the save by Austin Cargan, as we'll slow it down right here to let you see how close this was on the rebound chance in the back end. It might have been going off the post, but Cargan was able to dive to his left to make that save.
That was heading right at the post, I believe.
And then this one was going right for the post, and it did hit the crossbar.
It almost looked like it hit him in the helmet the first time I saw the replay.
And we'll see the replay right here. And it hit the post, it hit the crossbar. It might have got him a little bit on the helmet as well.
It looked like it might have glanced him.
But those were 2 quick chances right there in a row for Sioux Falls West, as they were nearly able to take a 2-1 lead before going into that first intermission. But it is East and West tied at 1 at the end of that first period. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here at our first intermission reporters. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
House and Pier is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Field House with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Field House, 2013 Eastgate Avenue in Pier. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps! When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pier. Zander's has been servicing the Pier area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pier or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pier, proud to support high school athletics. Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating. 605-494-2001. Whether you're a pro contractor or a weekend warrior, your project deserves more than just a big box store. It deserves a local touch. At Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, we've been helping build South Dakota since 1996. From foundation to finish work, we carry everything. Lumber, trusses, custom cabinets, and windows. With over 150 combined years of experience, our team doesn't just sell materials, we provide the expertise to get the job done right. Stop by Bauman Lumber on Sale Barn Road or visit us at baumanlumber.com. Bauman Lumber, your local partners in building a better home.
As we welcome you back, it is a 1-1 tie on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard between Sioux Falls East and West. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. As we look at our bracket, we made the comment already, but we can kind of fill it out with our logos that Sioux Falls is going to win. But which Sioux Falls is going to be? We don't have the seed numbers up there, so there is no bias in being number 2 or number 4 that's in there. We just know it's going to be a Sioux Falls team that is in and winning the Constellation State Championship. But that hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting for that this game we got another 2 periods left to go. But a really good first period. You know, Sioux Falls East kind of, I wouldn't say fully dominated. They did dominate one game with a 9-3 win. They won the other one 6-3. But East has had the West number this year, and for West to respond after being scored on, to make this a 1-1 game after one, I think West is in the spot that they want to be in right now. East would like to have a lead. Not that West wouldn't either, but I think West is in a more comfortable spot after this first period.
Yeah, tied up, and you know that West is going to play here for a little bragging rights in Sioux Falls, as you can't be swept by him 3 in a row. You have to at least take one.
And that's the thing is, Sioux Falls East definitely has won the season series because they won 2 of 3. But West could have the bragging rights saying, well, we only won when it mattered the most. We didn't care if we won during the regular season. We won when it mattered most.
Yeah, we beat you in the state championship.
Yeah. So this 5th place game coming up to the second period, Sioux Falls East and West, they are tied 1-1 at the end of one. When we come back, it is the second period. As you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
From Leisure Palace, spring is closer than you think, and now's the time to plan your backyard upgrade before the rush hits. We have beautiful new patio furniture arriving daily, built for comfort and durability, along with stunning fire tables to keep your space cozy and warm. Also make this the year you invest in relaxation and wellness with a new spa from Hot Springs, Caldera, or Free Flow Spas. And if you're ready to warm up and feel better right now, our saunas are in stock and ready to go. Proudly serving the entire state of South Dakota, and remember, we guarantee the lowest prices. Leisure Palace, pool, spa, and patio, creating your perfect escape.
Capital City Toyota is proud to sponsor the State Varsity Hockey Tournaments with a special shout out to all the seniors. You've worked hard, now it's your time to shine. Just like a championship team, we bring the funnest car buying experience in South Dakota. Find your perfect new or pre-owned ride today. Good luck to all the teams and seniors from Capital City Toyota.
For over 55 years, Muth Electric has been powering progress across the Midwest. Our team of professionals deliver electrical solutions with innovation and safety at the core. We work with purpose, knowing that each project contributes to something bigger. Muth Electric, a partner in building a brighter future since 1970.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
And we welcome you back as we are set for the second period between the Sioux Falls East Flyers and the Sioux Falls West Flyers. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. And Jim, it's going to be a better start to this period for the both of us. No running around for the both of us.
Yeah, that was rough to get going, wasn't it? We just to find the rhythm. Our camera guy's back in place, and man, we got the band back together.
The band is back together and not out of breath either.
That's right. Stay very calm.
There's been a few people that maybe would have thought something of it, but there was everybody that thought something of it when I'm sitting there barely saying words, and you're barely saying words because we're so out of breath.
Yeah, and I don't think it's because we're out of shape. It's just if you run up the steps and put a headset on, try it sometime.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. I will say that they were playing that Timmy Trumpet song right before the game, and I wasn't running very fast, but so I kind of felt like Edwin Diaz running down the sideline, like I'm coming in for the bullpen.
Yeah.
I definitely was out of breath more than he would have been, but kind of felt a little bit like Edwin Diaz running down the concourse over there on the far end.
It takes us just one period to get going at the beginning of the day.
Depending on where the camera was at that point, you might have saw me run through there.
I'd have zoomed in on you if I knew you were coming.
It is 5-on-5. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play at this point, as Sioux Falls East with Austin Cargan made 5 saves on 6 shots. And then for Sioux Falls West, Lewis Yerke has made 9 saves on 10 shots. Not a lot of shots on goal, but again, Jim, as we talked about, it was a really good moving first period between those two teams.
Well, yeah, it was up and down and very few stoppages of play. It just kept right on going. That was a fast period.
We are underway now here in the second, says Sioux Falls West will have the opening draw, and it is Carson Edwards. He scores! Seconds in to the second period. Carson Edwards makes it 2-1.
You could see Carson Edwards. He was just waiting for that puck. Here he comes. You could just see him waiting for it.
And Edwards goes right over the shoulder of the glove side of Cargan and in to make it a 2-1 game. And that is 6 seconds into this second period.
That's the way you start a period.
So now it is the West with their first lead today. So the team that scores first in this state tournament went to 3-5 in the tournament. Here is one moving in, and Lewis Yerke, I don't know if he made the save or not, but it nearly was a 2-2 game. And so it is 2-1, but Sioux Falls East scored first in this game. This will be knocked down by the glove. Austin Cargan will pick it up, and it will be from Broderick Rothrock, and that one passed to Fenton, but he wasn't looking for it. And it'll come into the offensive zone. This pass will move up ahead. It is now Ryan Fenton that moves in. He fails on the shot attempt. West did score first yesterday against Watertown and end up winning that game. Since then, the team that has scored first, they've won the last 3 games after dropping the first 5 of this state tournament. It is now in for Hayden Hansen. He'll walk all the way in. That shot is caught by the glove of Lewis Yerke. With 15:52 to go here in this second period. But as we mentioned, Sioux Falls is going to win this hockey game. but how? Which Sioux Falls team is going to win the hockey game? And can Sioux Falls score first and win, or Sioux Falls score second and win? This is moved around to the near side. We talked about a little bit yesterday that I don't know if we talked about it on the air or not, Jim, that we could have said if Sioux Falls was playing against West and East were playing against each other, we could have just said Sioux Falls, Sioux Falls is ice the puck.
Yep.
It'll be an offensive zone for Sioux Falls. But we won't do that. We won't do that.
It will be East and West.
It is East that will get the offensive zone face-off. But we could have. We could have made it real fun for everybody on the radio trying to listen.
Yeah, I don't know how fun that would be.
So you'd have zero idea what was happening. West will control the face-off. Behind their own nets, the defensive zone. It is flipped up, not out of the zone, held in by Ben Vermeer by East. Pass will go across. Then we could have put like both these teams orange on the scoreboard. Then you would have no idea which team was which.
This doesn't happen very often. You and I talked, I think it was one other time that we remember in the state tournament, girls and boys.
Which, for the girls, don't have a second Sioux Falls team, but yeah, for the boys, it was a first round game between 1 and 2 at the time. They weren't Sioux Falls East and West, it was just Sioux Falls 1 and 2. This will be a nice move around by Jackson Brewer. He'll try and get back to the puck. Centers one over, but Geelan couldn't get a shot away. Brewer still with it here at the point. He'll walk in, and that one went just wide of Cargan. Then back behind the nets. Brewer, who had 3 goals so far, that all came yesterday. That one will miss. And it'll be played back around. And it's out to the blue line. It is just out. And it's an offside call with 14:28 to go here in the first, make them the second period. The only other time that it could have happened was 2020. They were going to play the first round. 1 versus 2. It was 1 versus 8. But it was Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Falls 2. And we did not get to that game because we only played 2 here in Sioux Falls before COVID stopped us. This is going to be now here for Ryan Fenton up ahead for Hayden Hansen. This bouncing puck will make its way through. And it's Roderick Rothrock to Beckett Rothrock. I think that 2020 tournament could have rivaled this tournament. We already seen an upset of 6-3 in that 2020 tournament, but we've seen 2 upsets, 7 versus over 2. This will bounce in front of the net. But it just felt like that year all 8 teams had a shot to go win the state championship. This will be off the glass. Bouncing puck will go out to the zone, and it will be Jack Campbell that will push it in for Carson Edwards. There's a shot that is blocked. Campbell behind the net, comes back out, shot over through, and that one was stopped by Cargan. That one coming from Goring. Jackson Henry keeps it in the offensive zone. Here's a shot on it, our left pad save made. Comes back again, tips maybe just wide. Cargan was way out of his crease. Another shot that is blocked with 13:20 to go here in the second period. Carson Edwards up ahead. This is flipped up into the air. Jackson Henry trying to knock it down. And it's Owen Sesher that will grab it. This is going to be knocked down by a high stick of Edwards, but it's going to be picked up by Hayden Hansen. He'll move it on in for East. And a good stick and a good back check by Egan Geelan. And it's out of the zone. Cole Hauser, he was just ahead of Hayden Hansen coming out of the zone. And we get a whistle. And we mentioned it on the first 2 games, but the back checking, the defensive play, Egan Geelan as a forward, how good he has been on back checking for Sioux Falls East.
He really has. We've seen him do that the entire tournament. He's probably one of the best back checking players we've seen.
Here's Beckett Haldy coming in, backhanded save made by Cargan. This will be up ahead, Cole Hauser. His pass comes over, and it's going to be Racer up ahead. This will be tipped along, and it's now going to be moved here to the near side, and up ahead it goes. That bouncing puck. It is now Brewer that will move it into the offensive zone, and it's Racer again. Racer's pinned to the boards, but he'll come free with the puck. Still battling for it as it goes to the corner. Haldy and Racer into the corner. It is now May that will grab it. Thatcher May spins a circle, moves into the neutral zone as he moves around Geelan. May carries it in, lost the handle of the puck, but he'll gain it back in the corner. Now behind the net, still with it for May. Off the boards for Broderick Rothrock. Sends it across for Beckett. Walks in with a slap shot, and that's caught by the glove of Yerke. And we get a whistle, 11:51 to go here in the second period.
Thatcher May, he's another player that's had a good tournament. You know, as we call these games, it always sticks out who's ever been on the tip of your tongue the most on the games that you call. And Thatcher May, he's had a really nice tournament.
He does have a goal. He scored yesterday in that 7-2 win against Watertown. the 5-2 win against Owyhee. That one just goes to the side of the net. The East fans are ready to erupt in a tie game. East beat Owyhee. West beat Watertown. Rigolizzo, he'll lay a hit on Henry and then shove down. And are both guys going to go, or is it just going to be one? I think Jackson Henry's going to go. But are they going to send Rigolizzo to the box as well?
It looks like maybe.
Yep, both are going to go.
They are going to go.
So it's going to be still 5-on-5, 11:36 to go. And both guys with call for a rough. 2-1 lead for West with 11:36 to go here in this second period of our first game of the final day Consolation Championship.
What a good tournament it's been. As you get down to this last championship Saturday, as we've watched every play, every kid, every team, of course, it's been a lot of fun. It always is. And you want to get to this last day. But then on the other hand, you hate to see it end.
Yeah, it is always.
This is the end of hockey season as far as league play is concerned.
Bittersweet to get to Championship Saturday. This will be here to the near side. Broderick Rothrock, it'll be moved around here to Hayden Hansen. This will be up ahead, and Owen Sesher will grab it. Beckett Rothrock moves up ahead. Jackson Dunn across, and it'll be moved down. That'll be a big check by Beckett Rothrock, and that'll be a call against Beckett, and it's going to be a power play for West. And
maybe just a little late on the hit. Pretty clean hit, probably just a little late.
Well, the referees are talking about it right now, what they're going to call. I assume it'll just be I actually couldn't see. I wasn't paying attention to our screen either. I was looking at the other side. But Beckett Rothrock is in the box. Oh, wait.
As he's coming back out of the box now, and I got a feeling they're going to send him to the locker room.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Well, it's a boarding minor. They're calling a board, so it's 2 and a 10, which is his third penalty.
That's his third penalty, and he's done.
Yeah, so Beckett Rothrock in his final game will get called for a board and be done.
As he goes off the ice looking for the complaint department.
So it will be now the second power play for Sioux Falls West with 11:14 to go here in the second period. And it is going to be Carson Edwards now here for Beckett Haldy. This will be now Haldy. That shot, the rebound that goes in front of the crease and right in front of the red line. Jackson Dunn. I think where the hit came from, it was just far enough away where he was thrown into the boards, but not close enough just to go into the boards without being a boarding. One of those real no man's land hits that if it's an open ice probably doesn't get more than maybe a rough. But because of where that hit took place, turns into the board with it being more of a dangerous play. Jackson Dunn from the blue line, wraps it around the boards. 1:05 left to go on that second Pelican Power Sports power play for West. Brewer will go down, pass over for Dunn. Didn't get a clean shot away. Cargan is down, trying to get back up. He's dropped his stick. That shot, that will make its way out of play after it hit a body and then goes up into the air. And we get a whistle with 10:04 left to go. Austin Cargan's working hard right now with making 15 saves on 17 shots. Already 7 shots in this second period for West. Still 51 left to go on the power play. This will make its way to the blue line. That shot, an easy save for Cargan. Saw the way rebound, though. Came up high. Not sure if that hit. I think it did hit the helmet of Cargan. As this will make its way to the corner. And it's going to be picked back up. Backhander in front, a save made. That was Jack Zinter that took that opportunity. Now looking for a shot. Bouncing puck, and that rebound that never got to the net the first time. It was thrown back in front by Braden Hitz. And then this will be offside. Broderick Rothrock was just ahead of his pass over to Owen Sesher. 9:28 left to go here in the second period.
You said it, Austin Cargan. He was busy goalie. There for a little while, a couple shots, but a lot of pucks in front on that penalty kill.
Face-off will be just outside the west blue line with 9:28 remaining here in the second period. 2-1 is our score. West leads East in our Constellation Championship game. Got a good crowd on hand here early. I wouldn't say early, it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But for our first game of the day, this will be sent all the way down. And why wouldn't it be with two Sioux Falls teams playing in this game in Sioux Falls? This will be moved to the near side. I think crowd-wise, the great thing about Yankton playing in the championship, here's a shot by Fenton as we are back to 5-on-5. I think the crowd's going to still be good for Yankton because the potential weather that's coming in won't affect them as much as the rest of the state, as this will be moved down. So even if everybody else abandons town and watches us on Capital City Rock Sports, the town of Yankton will be here tonight. Here's a shot and a glove save made by Cargan with 8:34 left to go.
Yeah, most of those folks that are already in town, they'll probably obviously stay. If for some reason you can't get here, it's Capital City Rock Sports YouTube.
6th straight year doing all the girls and the boys games on the radio and on YouTube. And the 9th straight year of doing all of the boys games on at least the radio.
And then we pick up a couple games in between. John picks up a U14 game. I picked up a JV championship game in between, just for something to do.
Cole Hauser, yeah, it's not like we have anything else to do with our lives. Here's on the near side, but we enjoyed it all. Here is this pass will be moved across. Excuse me. And here on the near side, it'll be moved out by Byrne. He's now trying to win a race up the ice. Racer cut him off. And Racer will get to the puck, but can't backhand it out of the zone. Although that pass is going to be intercepted from Haldy. Now trying to move it up ahead to Hauser. It'll come on net, and Lewis Yerke will cover to get the whistle with 7:51 left to go here in the second.
It's a lot of games every year, but we sure do enjoy it.
So can you believe that over the last 3 weeks, if you caught 4 different state championships, you heard either a combination of the both of us or just at least one of us?
Yep.
The 14U Girls State Championship, the Girls State Championship, the Boys JV State Championship, and here tonight, the Boys Varsity State Championship. People must be really annoyed with us. Here's Jackson Dunn. It is a pass that goes across. West is out of the zone. Carson Edwards will carry it in the offensive end. West leads 2-1. Edwards moves all the way in, but can't get a shot away. 7:30 left to go. This will come across out for Henry. Now to Campbell. Back below the goal line. Back out to Henry. His shot got through, and Cargan made a left pad save. Back to Jack Campbell at the top of the face-off circle. His pass misses, and Broderick Rothrock gives it to Paxton Meyer, who moves it up for Ben Vermeer, and then East will flip it out of the zone, and a race to the puck again, and just getting to the puck first was Jackson Goring, and now here is Jackson Henry. Henry gets all the way around, but can't get a shot, then he tried to stuff it on the backhand, and just lost the puck before he could wrap it all the way around. This will be delayed offside. Sioux Falls West, they're still offside, but it will be cleared out of the zone by East, and it goes into the West zone. Goring's pass, that is intercepted. Hitch will throw it back in. And it's Goring again from below the goal line on the near corner. This will go all the way down, and it will be an icing against West with 6:30 left to go here in the second period.
They've treated us well here in Sioux Falls. They always do for a state tournament.
They always do. You look at Anthony Rigolizzo, one of those third-line guys that have been really good for this Sioux Falls East team, especially in this state tournament. As Ty Solonen will try and win the face-off. Rigolizzo is on this line right now with Henrik Corton. They've mixed up a lot of this line right now. Corton, Solonen, and Rigolizzo, Rigolizzo, all on the ice. That's 3 different lines that are pieced together for this Sioux Falls East team right now. 6:05 left to go here in the second period. This is turned over. Geelan intercepts the pass. As he tried to push it forward, it got picked off by East and out of the zone. And now a pass comes across. Hanthorn moves it up ahead. Into the zone by Regalizzo. Picked up by Corton, and a shot that was blocked. Never got to Lewis Yerke. Out to the blue line. That pass will miss out of the zone. Hanthorn partially fanned on it. Regalizzo tried to cross corner dump it in, but that is blocked by Sioux Falls West. And the Flyers with Spencer Sharon. That pass goes across. And it's now a race into the zone. Haldy gives it for Brewer, who takes a shot off the blocker of Cargan. Now it's Jack Zinter. That bouncing puck. It is Fenton that will move it back. 5:15 left to go here in the second period. Broderick Rothrock. He lost the puck, so we'll go back and start it again. Rothrock is able to move up the right side of the ice. Knocked down with a glove of Fenton. He'll carry it all the way in. His shot goes off of a stick and into the netting, and we get a whistle. 5:02 left to go here in this second period. Ryan Fenton with his goal and 2 assists during this state tournament.
He's another player that's had a nice tournament. Scored 23 goals in the regular season.
He led this Sioux Falls East team with those 23 goals. Face-off is won by East, and a quick shot by the Flyers. And it'll come for Goring. Now for Henry, but he can't get out of the zone. Held in by Fenton. Off the glass, off the top of the boards. It rolled on top of the boards, and it'll be moved here to the near side. Make that the far side of the ice, and Jackson Henry up the middle of the ice, nearly lost it to Fenton, who could have had a breakaway from just inside the blue line. From the red line, it's thrown in by Tanner Sharon. Paxton Meyer lost the puck, and it's now grabbed, and a quick shot and a save made out for Goring, and he partially fanned the pass, and Fenton pokes it out of the zone. And here comes Ryan Fenton back in for the top of the face-off circle. Save, rebound, that one, no, it does not go. Then they score! It is a goal for Sioux Falls East with 4:15 to go.
And Lewis Yerke was bent all kinds of out of shape as he stopped the first one, stopped the second one, or the second one hit up on the crossbar.
There's
that one right there. He did touch that one.
Right off the crossbar, and then Broderick Rothrock is there to punch it in. Boy, oh boy, look at this from the other angle here. How close that was. Just got off the crossbar. And then Broderick Rothrock did not give on the play, did not start celebrating prematurely. He was waiting for that puck still to come to his stick, and Broderick, make that Owen Sesher, had tied the game up. It was Broderick Rothrock, but it was Owen Sesher that they're going to give credit to that goal to. This will bounce off the post. Thatcher May. And it will be thrown back in. It is a 2-2 tie. 3:45 left to go. Centering pass for Vermeer, and that one got broken up before it got to the nets. He was wide open between the circles. And it comes out of the zone. Broderick Rothrock will settle it down. Broderick, he'll move it in. That shot is going to be kicked away. It is Broderick Rothrock.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was.
Hey, sometimes I can see everything happen, right? Hayden Hansen will get the assists, as well as also Owen Sesher. Cole Hauser. That pass, and it's going to be broken up. Vermeer now will grab it, though, for East. Try to center one. And it's picked up with 3:05 left to go here in this second period. This is moved along by Ben Christopher. And it's pushed back in by East. Under 3 to go here in this second period. Jack Zinter plays it off the boards for Jackson Dunn. West will move it out of the zone. Knocked down by a stick of Braden Hitz. And it's knocked away from him. Christopher again. This is going to be flipped up by West. Going right at the feet of Carson Edwards. His pass, good between the legs pass there to Jack Campbell. Moving the offensive zone, but then he is pushed away by Hitz. And then those guys got tangled up, and the fans yelled, but no call. Christopher up ahead. And it's now Spencer Sharon. This bouncing puck. Raisler for Rigolizzo. After it went off of his skate, he'll send it wide of the net. He'll come back to Racer on the right wing. He'll go to the corner, try to flip it over, and he did get it to Solomon, where Rigolizzo will send it up the boards to Christopher. His shot is blocked by a skate, and he'll be moved around over to the corner. And it's going to be flipped up to the blue line where it's held in. Racer with a shot and jumping and trying to tip it. Everybody around there for Sioux Falls East, but it went wide of the nets. And again, they can't clear it out. Fenton with a shot. That was an easy pick up there by Lewis Yerke with 1:45 to go, but I think his quads and calves might be burning right now.
They have Lewis Yerke on the run as their shots on goal.
That shot right off the crossbar, and then Broderick Rothrock just comes right in and able to get that goal and make it 2-2. 1:45 left to go. We are tied at 2 between East and West, with 1:45 remaining in the second. They're not going to do it, but because it's Sioux Falls versus Sioux Falls, you think they could, if they were tied after the third period, that they just go to a shootout and we get to call a shootout instead of overtime? Not that I don't want to see an overtime game, but because it's
a shootout would be nice.
The two Sioux Falls teams, just make it a shootout. Let's see who gets the Constellation Trophy that way.
Or an NCAA 3-on-3.
Yeah, there we go. We can do a 3-on-3 for a couple minutes. Here's Ryan Fenton moving in, and a save made by Lewis Yerke.
Ryan Fenton continues to put the pressure on. Yeah, his offense, he's always driving the puck towards the net. He's just one of those players.
Do you think that we'll ever get to 3-on-3 overtime in South Dakota hockey?
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Play 10 minutes and then go to a shootout so we always have a winner?
That was some of the best overtimes that I was able to call is the NCAA 3-on-3. It's great.
1 minute to go here in this second period. It is out of the zone, and it's going to be pushed along by Beckett Haldy. And it is Paxton Meyer for Broderick Rothrock, as he'll get to the blue line. This bouncing puck, it is Broderick again that will send it in deep. 40 seconds to go here in the second period. Thatcher May. He lost the puck, Spencer Sharon. A little bit of a push there as Brewer got ran into by Vermeer. And there's a shot for the blue line, and that is caught by Austin Cargett, who has made now 21 saves on 23 shots. 30.4 to go here in the second period. Like I said, I don't foresee it happening today, of all days, but maybe one day we can. I don't know if I would advocate for it. I can think I could advocate for it. I won't push real hard on it, but it would be fun to.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. It usually ends within about the first 2 minutes, 3-on-3.
Here's the potential breakaway, but Hayden Hansen had lost the puck. He just overskated the puck. Now 15 seconds to go. That way we just don't end up with ties driving across the state. Here's Haldy with a shot and a glove save made at the last moment by Cargan, but it's still in free. That one over the top of the crossbar with 3 seconds to go. Gets to the corner. That will take care of the second period, and it is a 2-2 game at the end of 2 periods. Let's look at that last one by Cargan as he just stuck the glove out at the last moment. It looked like he fought it all the way off and then sent it all the way out, trying to send it all the way out. But it is a 2-2 game at the end of 2. We'll step aside and come back with our second intermission report as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating. 605-494-2001. Whether you're a pro contractor or a weekend warrior, your project deserves more than just a big box store. It deserves a local touch. At Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre, we've been helping build South Dakota since 1996. From foundation to finish work, we carry everything. Lumber, trusses, custom cabinets, and windows. With over 150 combined years of experience, our team doesn't just sell materials, we provide the expertise to get the job done right. Stop by Bauman Lumber on Sale Barn Road or visit us at baumanlumber.com. Bauman Lumber, your local partners in building a better home.
Hi, it's Jason from Leisure Palace. Spring is closer than you think, and now's the time to plan your backyard upgrade before the rush hits. We have beautiful new patio furniture arriving daily, built for comfort and durability, along with stunning fire tables to keep your space cozy and warm. Also, make this the year you invest in relaxation and wellness with a new spa from Hot Springs, Caldera, or Free Flow Spas. And if you're ready to warm up and feel better right now, our saunas are in stock and ready to go. Proudly serving the entire state of South Dakota, and remember, we guarantee the lowest prices. Leisure Palace, pool, spa, and patio, creating your perfect escape.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
As we welcome you back, it is a 2-2 tie on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard at the end of two periods between Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West. Broderick Rothrock has got both goals. Jackson Dunn in the first period, but Carson Edwards gave Sioux Falls West a 2-1 lead, as Lewis Yerke has made 15 saves on 17 shots for West, 22 saves on 24 shots for Austin Cargan through those two periods. As John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd as we look at our replays and our goals scored in this second period. It was 6 seconds into the second period. We almost got the face-off, and it was Carson Edwards that ended up scoring just those 6 seconds in as he was able to beat Cargan to his glove side, moving right in, and that's a quick way to get a period started. But it took until 4:15 to go, 12-minute lead pretty much for Sioux Falls West. And we'll slow this down because you see that shot go right off the crossbar. Broderick Rothrock did not celebrate thinking they had scored. He stayed with it and just able to beat Lewis Yerke, who was diving back trying to get that glove save. And it makes it a 2-2 tie at the end of two periods. One goal right away, and the other goal had to be a seemingly win in the first time. It did not. And again, for Broderick Rothrock to stay with it, that's a big play because he easily could have started to put his stick up, and by the time that he put his stick back down, he may have missed that puck. So the difference between being a 2-1 game and a 2-2 game.
Yeah, and he's played a good game, Broderick has. And the other story that we have is brother Beckett. He was disqualified from the game as he got his third penalty at 11:14. It was a boarding call, which gives him 2 penalties, and he already had a penalty. So he's out early, and we'll see if that comes into play because he's a pretty important part of that defense as he plays across from his brother. And those two guys kind of anchor that defense back there.
Yeah, he will finish the state tournament with a goal and 3 assists. He had the assist on the first Broderick goal, and then Broderick Rothrock from Owen Sesher and Hayden Hansen. By the way, Jackson Dunn got it from Carson Edwards and Jackson Goring in the first period, and then Edwards from Jack Campbell in the first goal, and that goal in the second period. As you mentioned too, yeah, Beckett's a big piece of the offense and the defense of the Flyers, or for the East Flyers. He had 21 assists during the regular season. He had 3 assists in this state tournament and a goal. As good as he is defensively, he's a really good offensive defenseman too. That can come into play here in this third period and the third game of the weekend not having an extra pair of legs on the ice
right.
that you're used and familiar to have on the ice.
And you talk about familiar, those two play side by side, and there's certainly some chemistry that those two have, and now you've taken that chemistry away from your first-line defense.
So it is 2-2 at the end of 2. We'll step aside and come back with more of our second intermission report between East and West. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is the perfect place to sit back and watch the state hockey tournament with friends and family. The Fieldhouse with a full bar gives you that feeling like you're at the game without having to leave town, with a selection of your favorite concession-type food, and who doesn't love some pizza? There's free popcorn, peanuts, and Gardettos to complement any of your snack cravings while enjoying the games on one of the many big screen TVs. The Fieldhouse, 2013 East Gate Avenue in Pierre. Your place for the game this weekend. Go Caps!
The puck drops, the crowd roars. South Dakota hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford is proud to support this year's state varsity hockey tournaments and celebrate the dedication, teamwork, and passion of every player on the ice. To all the seniors, congratulations on an incredible season. Whether you're heading off to college or staying close to home, we're here for all of your automotive needs. Stop by Capital City Ford in Pierre. We'll get you on the road to your next adventure. Capital City Ford in Pierre, driven by community, powered by you.
Need cool as heck logoed caps, t-shirts, and snuggly sweatshirts fast? Get them at Cotton & Customs Embroidery and Screen Printing Studio in Volga. Their cool new, faster screen printing technique means no more plasticky, dried-out lettering to peel off after a few washings. No logo? Let Cotton & Customs design and digitize one for you, free. See their colorful embroidered logos really pop. Click cottonandcustoms.com. Let's brand your brand together.
And as we welcome you back, it is a 2-2 tie at the end of 2 periods between Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West in our 5th place consolation championship. Winner will take home that gold and some bragging rights, as we mentioned, that these 2 Sioux Falls teams in this program getting to face off in the state tournament for the 5th place consolation championship. And we are in our first of 3 games today, and heading to that 3rd period. It should be a fun 3rd period with these 2 teams deadlocked at 2. This is the first game of what you are hoping can be the case for all 3. If you're a fan of hockey, obviously, if you're a fan of one of the next 4 teams that are going to be playing, you hope your team has a comfortable lead after 2 periods. But as a fan of hockey, you love to see tie hockey games going in the 3rd period.
Yeah, this game is going to be a really good game. You have 1-1 after 1, 2-2 after 2, and 3-3 after 3. I don't know, but I do think that neither one of these teams will run away from each other. It's going to be a one goal game.
And as you look at the bracket on Capital City Rock Sports on YouTube, and again, we say, that a Sioux Falls team is going to be in that spot, winning the 5th place trophy, but which Sioux Falls team is it going to be? But before we get to that point, we got to find out here in the next 17 minutes or more who will be in that spot to win the 5th place championship. Also, that leads you to say 4 o'clock is scheduled puck drop between Brookings and Aberdeen. So there is a little bit extra time between these games today that will allow one for the trophies and for the pictures, all the stuff that will be taking place. But it does help maybe keep things in line. So there is, you could maybe go to an overtime and not get behind schedule to begin the day. But it's gonna be fun. And now, Jim, just a quick blanket question: what do each of these teams need to do to make sure they get a win and claim 5th place?
Well, you have to look at opportunities. If you find an opportunity in a game like this, you probably better take it. And you have to stay out of the penalty box. Neither one of these teams, you don't want to give them an advantage one way or the other. So staying out of the penalty box is going to be important, as they have. There's actually just been a penalty for each team. And then, of course, the Beckett-Rothrock penalty. But other than that, it's been a really clean game. And these two teams can play not clean also, and not so clean.
Especially
between the two, between each other, because of that bragging rights. They're friends. They know each other, like each other, don't like each other. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics going on when these two teams meet on the ice.
Yeah, it is an interesting dynamic to watch the Sioux Falls teams battle it out. But it is 2-2 at the end of 2. We'll come back with the third period on the way next. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock. You're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Quality service. That's the DJ's Cenex promise. Derek and Maggie Dell are proud supporters of local hockey. Swing by for a quick refuel and experience the local friendly service and clean atmosphere that makes a difference. We're more than just a gas station. We're your hometown partner on the road. Get ready, because the best is getting even better. Our brand new state-of-the-art car wash upgrade is coming soon to give your vehicle the VIP treatment it deserves. DJ Cenex, fueled by community, driven by you.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Stulkin Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stulkin Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
As our Aberdeen teams take the ice at the state hockey tournament, we're cheering them on from home and inviting you to come see where that pride begins. Aberdeen is a community that rallies together, on the ice, in our schools, and across our local businesses. From great food and unique shopping, to year-round events and family fun, there's always something happening here. So when the tournament wraps up, make plans to visit. Discover what makes Aberdeen worth the trip at aberdeensd.com.
Hockey fans, are you ready for power, speed, and precision on and off the ice? At Pelican Power Sports, we bring that same championship mentality to your ride. Whether it's snowmobiles, ATVs, motorcycles, jet skis, or UTVs, we service and repair them all to keep you in the action year-round. Pelican Power Sports, service and repair with a personal touch.
And we welcome you back as we are ready to go for our final period of regulation between the Sioux Falls East Flyers and the Sioux Falls West Flyers, as East will control the opening face-off. We're underway here in this third period, and the pass from Paxton Myro missed for Ryan Fenton, and West will take control of the puck, and it's moved ahead to Carson Edwards. Into the zone, 3-on-3. Edwards with a shot over the crossbar. Goes back to the blue line where it's going to be held in. Charles Nelson with that shot. Excuse me, that was Jackson Goring with that shot. 22, not 42.
Edwards trying to score that first one again in this period. He scored just 6 seconds into the last one.
He had a good look at that point, and it will come back here for Jackson Dunn. Goring trying to find the handle of it, making sure he protects the puck away from Hayden Hansen. And it's now poked out by Ben Vermeer, but it will still be controlled by Jackson Henry, although it is a nice play from Owen Sesher to get back to Paxenmeyer, up ahead to Broderick Rothrock, and that will be iced by the Sioux Falls East Flyers, and West will get an offensive zone draw. Lewis Yerke, as he skates away from that picture, he has made 15 saves on 17 shots. Austin Cargan, he has made 22 saves on 24 shots heading into this third period. Face off, that shot will bounce its way. It was ricocheted in front. And it comes here to the near side where it's going to be Beckett Haldy that holds it in, but can't get a good clean shot away. Haldy sends it back over. Brewer, who wasn't really ready for that pass, almost still connected with it. As Sioux Falls West will tag back up. Puck's back in the offensive zone. Bouncing puck will come around here to the corner. And it's going to be moved along. Raisler, Spencer Sharon. It'll be sent back around. And now here on the near side, Brewer will try and get it back up, and it's flipped out of the zone by East. All the way down. Yerke will have to play it. Just the way that thing was bouncing and moving, it's hard to say that he could have let it go, but hindsight's 20/20 on it. Wanted to make sure that it didn't bounce its way into the net. Paxenmeyer off the glass to get it back in. And the first one over to it, Owen Sesher, he's all by himself. They couldn't get a pass across as Spencer Sharon blocked it. Now it's going to be back to Beckett Haldy again. Haldy moves here on the near side. It comes across to Egan Geelan. And this will be iced as he couldn't get a touch to it. 14:56 left to go here in this third period. And it is 2-2 on the South Dakota Hockey scoreboard.
We talked about overtimes and so forth, but yes, this one will have to end in a win and a loss in a state tournament game.
This is shot by Fenton and is kicked away with the right pad of Lewis Yerke. Bouncing off the boards, has a good shot, quick shot by Fenton, and a really good save by Yerke. Paxenmeyer from behind his own net, he slowed it down. His pass is going to be bouncing off his stick, makes its way to Jackson Henry. Sesher nearly got free with it, and Sioux Falls East will have to tag up. This pass will go over, bouncing puck, trying to be tipping it along, but Ben Vermeer will now grab it. His pass over, Hansen back to Vermeer. Save made by Lewis Yerke. Good job by Yerke to track that all the way through. And it is now up ahead for West. That pass tipped along by Henry and wide of the net. On the near side, it's going to be picked up. Hayden Hansen lost the puck. It's now Paxenmeyer that will grab it here for East. And East will move into the offensive zone. Quick shot by Meyer. That one's caught by the glove or by the stomach of Yerke. As you look at this save here by Yerke, if you're watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, just tracking it all the way, was able to get that left pad on it.
And Carson Edwards helping out playing defense too.
Face-off is going to go to the side of Yerke. He's able to move it with his stick to Spencer Sharon. But then a Rigolizzo nearly got that puck in front, trying to find it over to Henrik Corton. Raisler, his shot goes off of a skate, goes off the glass, stays in play. It is moved up ahead, and now it's to Beckett Haldy. Onside for Sioux Falls West. And Corton will send it around. Rigolizzo just got a piece of it to get out of the zone, was Solidin. And now it's Solidin that will turn back behind the net in the offensive zone for East. And now it's Jack Zinter. This puck will make its way to the near side, and Haldy will grab it for West. He'll wait for a moment, maybe double clutch on that pass attempt. Went off of Jackson Brewer, who will get that pass back from East. He intercepts it, 2-on-2 into the zone. Trying to get to his forehand, that shot is blocked. Geelan now with it, and he is shoved to the boards. Stays on his skates, though. Solidin laid the hit. Up to head to Fenton. And now it's out of the zone. West will pick it back up at their own blue line. Pass will come here to the near side. As Racer that has it. Racer will turn. Now it's for Broderick Rothrock. Up ahead for Fenton. Fenton will turn back again. Nice move by Fenton to get away from Geelan. Doesn't happen often that they move around Egan Geelan. Then Fenton is shoved to the ice. Check was finished, and it's now Broderick Rothrock. He's looking for the hat-trick save as made, and then flipped out of the zone by West. Good defensive play. Yerke made the save, and then West said, we don't need to worry about controlling the puck. We got to get out of the zone. Owen Sescher for East, back in his own blue line. Pass misses for Hayden Hansen. Henry, that's gloved down and then sent in by Jack Campbell. 11:50 left to go here in the third period in a tie hockey game in the fifth place championship game. Aberdeen and Brookings will meet for the third place trophy coming up at 4 o'clock. And then Rushmore and Yankton at 7 o'clock for our state championship. Here is Sescher that has it. That puck will come here to the near side. Vermeer, that is flipped high to center ice. It'll bounce its way down. It is going to be an icing with 11:30 left to go here in this third period. An offensive zone face-off again for East.
Both teams back and forth, just like we kind of called in the pregame show.
2-2. There was a 9-3 and 6-3 win for East. I don't believe it's going to be 9-3 or 6-3 at this point. Face-off to the right of Cargan. It is won by East. And it's going to be Jack Campbell that will hold it in for West. Shot that wide of Cargan from the blue line. Comes back out to Zinter. All the way through to left pad save made by Cargan. All the way through that traffic in front. Jackson Raisler off the backhand pass. Up ahead for May, who will send it deep into the offensive zone for East. It was knocked down by West, but controlled by the East Flyers. Raisler, nice move. Raisler again, the backhander hits the back skate of Cole Hauser, his teammate. Made a couple of really good moves to try and get that shot free. And then with friendly fire, the shot was blocked. Here is Raisler. Oh, he stepped on the puck. Then he got checked to the boards, but then Raisler moves all the way around Spencer Sharon to try and hold it in. It comes back to Sharon, and now it's the other way for Edwards. Up ahead for Campbell, but he lost the handle of the puck. Raisler has it, kicks it to his skates, and then he is shouldered down by Campbell. Off the glove, it'll be moved back here, and it's now Christopher. Pass goes up ahead, and he does come out of the zone where it's going to be Goring for Henry at the red line. Jackson Henry moves in, trying to toe drag move, and then it's going to be flipped out of the zone. It'll make its way back for Goring again. Goring will wait. His pass here to the near side for Charles Nelson. Nelson gets in, but then he is pushed off the puck. This puck comes across now over, and it'll be moved along out of the zone by number 13 and Anders Holte. Henry for Sioux Falls West. Tipped at the blue line into the offensive zone by Nelson, trying to poke it along. And then it goes to the corner, where it's now Broderick Rothrock who gets the pass for Paxton Meyer, who's teamed up on this defensive pairing with Broderick after Beckett picked up his second and third penalty on a boarding call in that second period. This will be flipped all the way in by Ryan Fenton. 9:20 left to go here in the second period. Here's a centering pass looking for Hansen. Now it comes back to Broderick. He scores! It is a hat trick for Broderick Rothrock. And a 3-2 lead for West to make that East.
And Broderick, yeah, he gets his hat trick against his crosstown rivals.
There is no replay. I hit the replay capture button, but it didn't capture the replay for me.
He stepped in from his defensive position. That was a good shot.
So Broderick Rothrock now has made it a 3-2 game with 9:10 to go here in this third period. And for the first time since the first period, East has got the lead. A couple of hats came flying down to the ice for Broderick. It'll come here to the near side. Ryan Fenton and Ty Solomon will get the assists. Egan Geelan moves in. Trying to make a move around, lost the handle of the puck. And it's Broderick that will pick it up. Ryan Fenton carries in the zone, trying to center one, but that one will be knocked away. It'll come back around here to the near side. Hayden Hansen will pick it up. He had a hat trick yesterday. Racer with a shot, and that is caught by the glove of Lewis Yerke. 8:29 to go in the third period. By the way, South Dakota Hockey will have its player of the game. Coming up after this, we'll talk to that player of the game. And right now, if this score would hold,
there's one guy making a bid.
I was going to say, it's going to be hard to not go with the guy that's got a hat trick right now. It takes a lot for a guy not to get a hat trick, or to get a hat trick and not be the player of the game, especially when his team wins. And it's usually got to be because somebody else has got 4 goals in the game or 5 goals in the game. This will be a backhand. Jack Campbell. This will be now picked back up. Racer can't get out of the zone. Here's Jackson Dunn trying to send it across. He could have maybe walked it in, but he was looking for that quick pass. Now Stoucher May that carries in the offensive zone for East. May goes around Vermeer, then he throws it off the skate of Vermeer. And it's Jack Campbell that will pick it up. Campbell to the near side for Henry. West, that outlet pass is broken up by Broderick. He moves it back in. Trying to make a move around. It is now going to be Hauser. Bouncing puck. It's still loose and it will be out of the zone. Or it's Tyus Solomon for East that will move it back in. Broderick Rothrock. There's a save made by Lewis Yerke. Goring comes back around here. Goring again. Henry makes some nice move to fake the pass. This is tipped to the red line by Edwards. That's a really good play there by Edwards to get it deep into the zone. And then we move back around here to the near side. Holte out of the zone up ahead for Hits. Make that Corton. As it's played on the far side, Corton back in, pass for Racer. Bouncing puck, it'll come out of the zone. West is trying to control it, 2-on-2 in. It is Brewer that waits. His shot is blocked by Paxton Meyer. Good block shot there by Meyer. And now it's racing up ahead, but that was knocked away from Solomon. And that pass just too far in front of Haldy. And we'll get to the corner. Christopher Solomon comes here the near side. It is Jack Zinter. Moves it back over for Haldy. Christopher will pick it up. And Christopher played it off the boards, but not out of the zone. Held in by Zinter again. Jack Zinter for Haldy. Centering pass. They score! Jackson Brewer ties the game at 3.
Jackson Brewer got a good look at it. And he buries it in the back of the net. It's a 3-3 game.
He couldn't see it from that angle. We'll show the other angle here. And a great pass that goes right to the dot to Brewer, who scores. And it's a 3-3 game with 6:06 to go. And that is the 4th goal of the state tournament for Jackson Brewer.
Trading goals this entire game. These two Flyer teams.
If you scored 2 in a row, you only took a 1-goal lead. Nobody's had more than a 1-goal lead. Here's a centering pass for Edwards. And that one is broken away. 3-3 between East and West with 5:45 to go in this third period. Here's a quick shot and a save. Rebound, and that one goes wide. And who other than Broderick Rothrock, who was looking for his 4th goal. 5:35 left to go. By the way, Broderick Rothrock had 6 goals during the regular season. Half of those goals now here in this game that he had in 22 games. There's a penalty coming up against East. And it's a centering pass to Edwards, and it's going to be grabbed by the Flyers, and Ryan Fenton will send it down, and it will be a hooking call. I believe we will have that replay of the hooking call right here. And got it around the waist, did Hayden Hansen.
Hayden Hansen.
He thought maybe he did, but Hansen will get called for it. Third power play now for the Sioux Falls East Flyers.
And will this be the break that West needs?
5:20 remaining here in the third period. 0 for 2 so far. Jackson Henry, his shot, that is blockered away by Cargan. Bouncing puck, Jack Campbell, that is going to be high up into the netting, and we get a whistle. with 5:11 left to go here in this third period.
We talked about opportunities. This could be the opportunity that Wes is looking for. Will the next goal be the one to win the game?
A little bit of some maintenance on the side of Lewis Yerke around his crease. This will be sent down the ice and a good clear by Sioux Falls East. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Sioux Falls East won 9-3 and 6-3 during the regular season. It is a 3-3 game right now here in the third, in the game that matters the most between these two for the 5th place consolation trophy. This pass is not out of the zone. It was intercepted. Carson Edwards for Jackson Henry. Fans on that shot. Now it's for Haldy, who lost the puck. That'll be off of a stick high up in the air, lands flat on the ice. And Lewis Yerke with a quick pass to Jackson Henry, back up the ice for West. It is moved to Carson Edwards. Edwards carries it in, back skates, trying to make a move around Hanthorn, and then that centering pass goes through the paint. Then a shot by Henry is blocked by Sesher. That one stung him. Back to Henry again. Now to the point, walking in. That shot and a glove save made. Brewer was looking for his second goal, and with 4:11 left to go in this third period, still 52 seconds remaining on the power play for Sioux Falls West.
Good pressure on this power play by West, and we're going to get a timeout as this power play is important, and the coaches know it.
Yeah, this is a major one here with just over 4 minutes to go. If Sioux Falls West can score, they feel like they've got a shot to win this game, and I think right now East also feels that if they can get this penalty killed, they can get the momentum to get that game-winning goal here in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's all about momentum here in the end. Only one goal has separated these two teams this entire game as they traded places.
By the way, this is only game 1 of 3 today.
Game 1 of 3.
The game 1 is going to go today.
We are over halfway through the bracket, of course.
Right. Only. I was going to say a third, but that wouldn't necessarily be a third of the left of it. But we only got 3 games left to go before we get to the end of this state tournament. But what a good first game to get us rolling today. Good crowd on hand. Obviously, Brookings and Aberdeen starting to show up and getting ready for their game in the third place game. But the Sioux Falls fans here for both West and East being here, they're excited for the opportunity to watch this game one more time, watch these two teams play one more time this year, and they get to do so at their home rink.
This is an important 52 seconds here for the West squad as they go on a power play.
Face-off will be won here by Sioux Falls West on the power play still. 3-3 is their score. Jackson Brewer, his shot trying to be tipped. Campbell tipped it wide, goes back off of Cargan, and then it'll be sent down the ice by East. 35 seconds to go here on the power play. 0 for 2 on the day is West. Their third chance right now. This one intercepted. Sesher with a shot and a save made by Lewis Yerke. 3:40 to go here in the third.
Just checking Lewis Yerke there, see if he's paying attention.
15 seconds to go. Final call of the power play. Brewer into the offensive zone. Moves it down for Edwards. Down to 8 to go. Lost the puck. Broderick Rothrock. He'll turn to his forehand, but lost the puck. Now it's Paxton Meyer fighting for it. He'll send it all the way down. That will take care of the power play. This will be off of a stick on the pass by Yerke. In front, save is made. Rebound, they score!
Hayden Hansen.
Hayden Hansen makes it 4-3 with 3:10 left to go.
On a mishandled puck by Yerke. He tried to handle off. And watch this right here. Just kind of mishandles it.
Sesher was the one that knocked it down. And then got that pass to Hansen, who took 2 whacks at it to get it in. Look at that. I mean, there's replay. There's no goalie right there. Because Yerke's still going to try and trying to play the puck.
There he's back.
He made that first save, but the second one went 5-hole. And it is now a 4-3 lead on the goal scored by Hayden Hansen from Owen Sesher. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Another 1-goal lead. This will be moved up ahead, Ryan Fenton.
And that was a full-strength goal.
And right as the penalty expired, that was the last clearing attempt of the final seconds of the power play for West, for East to go down and then score. 2:40 left to go. Not quite time to pull the goalie yet. Jackson Dunn moves in and then shot that one high, and it goes into the netting and out of play with 2:33 left to go.
Yeah, probably in about another minute or so. You think about a goalie being pulled in this game.
No power play goals, no shorthanded goals. Everything's been even strength. And the 7 that have been scored, split as equal as you can. A 4-3 lead for the number 2 seed East over West. Under 2.5 remaining. Lewis Yerke stays in net right now. Here is Racer. Now for Christopher. We'll send it in to the offensive zone. And how quickly do you want to pull the goalie if you're the Sioux Falls West team? Coach Aaron DeBates. Still not quite, none of the coaching staff looking over at Yerke yet. Here's Beckett Haldy, walks in. His shot at a save. Rebound was right there, but it was missed in front by Jack Campbell. Under 2 minutes to go. Thatcher May moves in. It's offside. And we get a whistle with 1:51 left to go. Both teams 28 shots apiece in a 4-3 lead. I mean, we are outside of the power plays being 0 for 1 and 0 for 3. We're about as even as you can get between these two teams.
And Jack Campbell was tied up on the far post, but he had an open net if he could have broke free.
So now here with 1:45, now it's starting to think about pulling the goalie if you can get it down the other end of the ice. Hayden Hansen, the offensive zone for East. Plays it back for Broderick Rothrock. Knocked down by Fenton, but he can't get a shot away. This will be flipped out. So that was off of East, so there is going to be no icing. As it's moved around here for Broderick Rothrock. It is Beckett Haldy.
Yerke remains.
Not quite ready to go yet. 1:15 to go here in this third period. This will bounce its way on, and Yerke had to make a save that was a little bit more dangerous than what it felt like it was going to be. But he calmly made that save. Now we'll see if Yerke's going to come. They're going to call for him, I think. If they can get it down the ice, they're going to call for him. Final minute of this third period. They might just take him right here. Well, maybe not quite right here. They got to get going up the ice here.
He'll be coming right now, I would guess.
Beckett Haldy, go. Oh, I was thinking Austin Cargan. He didn't move to Lewis Yerke. I was going to say Cargan should just try for a goal. Carson Edwards knocks down Ben Vermeer.
Now Yerke's going to come.
He's still slowly going. Now he's going to go for the extra attacker. 35 seconds to go, 6-on-5. Brewer with a shot, but it's blocked. Cleared out of the zone by Sioux Falls East. 28 to go here in the third period. Can the West Flyers tie things up and get us to overtime? Lost the puck, but it's going to be knocked away from Ty Solomon. It will roll its way down, and they will score.
Open net.
Ty Solomon makes it 5-3.
You don't call it a shot, but it's going to go on the scoreboard.
He did get a piece of it. He did get a shot away, and it will go in. And coming from, and watch how slowly this thing just makes its way into the nets. And it's a 5-3 lead. And East will pick up the Constellation Championship. Ty Solomon's empty net goal. And the first time anybody had a 2-goal lead takes an empty net to make it happen. This will make its way to the Sioux Falls East blue line. Ben Vermeer with 10 seconds to go. He'll stop behind his own net and pretty much work its way and wait for that clock to expire, and the East Flyers will win the Constellation Championship over West 5-3 here this afternoon in our first game of the day. Came down to the final 30 seconds. Ty Solomon's empty net goal sealed the deal. Broderick Rothrock with the hat trick. And it is a 5-3 win for Sioux Falls East. We'll return with our player of the game as you're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups.
Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pier and Fort Pier. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pier.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pier know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
It starts with a little push, a hand to hold, and the courage to step onto the ice for the very first time. But somewhere along the way, you stop needing a hand to hold. You find your edge, you find your grit, and you realize you are never skating alone. The future of hockey is waiting with South Dakota Hockey.
Capital City Toyota is proud to sponsor the State Varsity Hockey Tournaments with a special shout out to all the seniors. You've worked hard, now it's your time to shine. Just like a championship team, we bring the funnest car buying experience in South Dakota. Find your perfect new or pre-owned ride today. Good luck to all the teams and seniors from Capital City Toyota.
Stolken Peterson LLP.
As we welcome you back, we'll send things down to Jim Lloyd for our player of the game.
We're in the Sioux Falls East bench with our South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association player of the game, Broderick. Broderick, you got your team surrounding you here. Tell us a little bit about this season.
It's been so fun just coming back to Zaha and just living it up with my boys.
Yeah. So tell us about this last win. You get a hat trick today, so tell us about this win. You get to win your last game of the season.
I just like to dedicate this performance to my brother. You know, he had to go back to the locker room pretty quick in the game, but just trying to impress him, make him proud.
Well, I think you made everybody proud. It's the Sioux Falls East with this last win of the season, and your South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association player of the game, Broderick
Rothrock.
It's Rothrock.
And that is our first player of the game today. Broderick Rothrock will get the player of the game as he got the hat trick, as the teams will get pictures here before they get back going into the our third place game, which will be coming up here. So, as Broderick Rothrock had the hat trick, it was a one-goal game all the way through. Sioux Falls East led 1-0 by Rothrock's first goal. Jackson Dunn tied the game up after the end of the first period. It was 1-1. Then Sioux Falls West with Carson Edwards scoring 6 seconds in the second period made it 2-1 for Broderick Rothrock. Tied the game up and sent the second period into 2-2 time. Rothrock had the hat trick to give a 3-2 lead before Jackson Brewer tied the game at 3-3. With 3:10 to go, Hayden Hansen will get the game-winning goal from Owen Sesher. Ty Solomon finished it off with 19 seconds remaining with an empty net goal to make it a 5-3 game. And that is where our first game stands. It is Sioux Falls East that will be that team that has that fifth-place trophy over Sioux Falls West, as they will control and they win all three games. Does Sioux Falls East. They control the first two games, but there wasn't much control between either one of these two teams in this game. Nobody led by 2 goals until the final seconds when Solomon had the empty net goal, and that is where it ends up being a 5-3 win for Sioux Falls East over Sioux Falls West. We'll have a couple minutes, take pictures on the ice we've got probably about 50 minutes before we get going with our third place game in terms of back on the broadcast, as we'll start at 3:45. So we'll be back at 3:45 for the 4 o'clock broadcast of the third place game between Aberdeen and Brookings, as a 3-seed the Brookings Rangers, or make the 5-seed Brookings Rangers against the 7-seed Aberdeen Cougars. We'll have that one coming up at 3:45 this afternoon here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. It'll also be on K-Country in Brookings as well to listen on the radio. Our final score, it is a 5-3 win for the Sioux Falls East Flyers over Sioux Falls West. Back at 3:45 this afternoon here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Sports presented by the South Dakota Amateur Hockey Association. The state hockey tournament is brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, the Aberdeen Chamber, Wagner Auto, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Weatherall, The Field House, Bauman Lumber, DJ's Cenex, Stulkin Peterson LLP, Capital City Ford, Lincoln and Toyota, River Bottom Sanitation, First United Methodist Church, Hermanson Endodontics, Envirotech, Lake Area Technical College, Leisure Palace, May Adam, Pelican Power Sports, and First Dakota National Bank. Join us all weekend for more state tournament hockey action on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting, Central South Dakota's sports leader.